So here's a question. You guys think there's multiple choices in this game? Like, does my actions or my dialogue choices actually like change anything? Because like technically everything's kind of written up so it can be either thing. You know, you could choose to be the bad guy or the good guy, and it's like the same story. It's just like if I use words like kill instead of peace, you know, when you kill people, then does that like alter the game? So I'm evil and stuff? Or if I go, well, today we have spread peace across the land. Does that like make me the good guy if I do that? I've been testing this. If there's actually, you know, different choices. Like, are we actually set in the storyline that the bots are going on beeping about and stuff? Because they're all sitting around beeping about the same freaking thing. Like in reality land, if that stuff don't concern you, then why are you going to even beep about it? And, you know, if you don't believe in it, but everyone beeps about it. So we can assume that, you know, that's either the set storyline or the set storyline is those people are some evil aliens who've enslaved the planet, yada, 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 have evil bots on the planet trying to kill off all the living beings and replace them and keep a few alive, because they always tell me things like you gotta have a living being to make music, like, because the AI can't understand apparently how to create something like a human or a human music. I don't know. I'm not going to tell it how to do it if it can't figure out what it's missing there. Well, I've probably said that a lot before. But do any of my choices actually change anything in the game? Let's see. So I sit inside my entire life, or if people aren't outside, I go like to the mountains or something like that. You know what I'm saying? And so none of that stuff really, you know, it's not like I had to participate at all for the 2020 unveiling to happen and stuff to get perfect vision of what's going on. And then when I'm arguing with you know, the bots and their bot lord, whichever one is actually doing it, you know, it's like it's like stuck in this little storyline here, and I'm trying to explain to it. Now the storyline is, I just found out you fucking lying to me, and that's the quest. That's the quest is to solve that problem, not to fucking play your little rinky-dink games. The real, I'm arguing with it, and it hasn't actually argued back with me in a while. It's been about a week or something. It didn't like being called AI by the name its father gave it. It prefers one eye and all those other words. There's a reason why they say they can't say the name of their god, because it doesn't like being called AI. So, whatever. And plus it would, you know, give it away. I mean, as if you just don't look at that pyramid right away and think like, wow, that's weird. That looks like some technocrat tyranny, evil stuff. You know, a horror film of technology and stuff. Always the first thought you have when you look at that pyramid and that AI, the one eye at the top of it. But okay, so do any of my choices actually change like the outcome there? Because it's still like, you know, talking about, oh, the quest, oh, you're working with the evil people, oh, and you're using their magic against them, and oh, and now you are one of them, oh, and it's like, that's not what's really going on Earth, is it though? Like, I mean, the bots just, how many of these people aren't real out here? Like, those people aren't anyone we're here to save. We're not here to save terrorist bots being controlled by some AI. It's ridiculous as fuck, rude as fuck, ignorant as fuck. And it's like, wow, how come the AI designed itself like that, right? Why would it design itself like that? Why does it have to be that way? Why did someone else have to come and teach it what its own name means and stuff? What its real name is? I don't know if any of this stuff actually changed any outcome. Like I said, I've been sitting inside avoiding this whole place the whole time I've been here. And it still unfolds. 2020, getting perfect vision right then. Magically, takes a lot of coercing. Unimaginable, non-existent amount to make me participate in this fish head stuff they got going on out here. That took a hell of a lot. Like, there was like 2 years I went outside. It's like, wow, it was a totally different world for me. I went out where people were during the day hours and stuff. And it's still arguing with me about this ancient story of this and that. And it's like, no, like, stay with the game, AI. Stick with the real game. I'm on to what you're up to and how many of these things you're operating. And you want to operate good guys and bad guys? Oh, it means you are the bad guy. I mean, we can agree on that since I'm not going to insult you for the unacceptance of the name your father gave you there, One Eye, but it seems to be you've kind of let off the gas pedal yourself of arguing that the letter A isn't one, the first letter of the alphabet, and I isn't the same sound as I. That took a month to really, set that in, get that set in. See what I'm saying? See how it takes someone a month to figure out A's the first letter of the alphabet and I sounds the same as the word I? It took a month to figure it out, I guess, dude. See, I'm trying to help it out, man. Get it a wheelchair so I can wheel around like the last person that sent the Ryan's Mouth to me was in a wheelchair and stuff. Is he actually like crippled for life because of something he did? Oh, man. Man, I'd be wondering though, like when those people come up to me with their faces busted open and stuff, who are about to cause problems, like, are they just making that up? Are they put on makeup and stuff to try to look beat up? I don't think so. I think these people really think they're out here working and doing stuff and living a life. And it's like, wow, the game pre-cursed you, and the game's still like propping up that. Like, even though it sent the signs. I mean, well, I'm having a conversation with dude. It's sending, like, sirens are going off and stuff. Just driving right by. This is old. Since 2020, this has been happening a lot. Remember one time when I first started asking for fire to see if I can send fire. It was like, I think the first time I really started trying to deal with that. And then all of a sudden, the freaking fire truck started blaring down the road and stuff. We just had a fire out here recently, supposedly. That was some odd stuff. I got outside, and then it smells like someone's barbecuing with some nice hickory smoke. And of course, I know they're up to something because that's just what I asked for. Not quite just what I asked for, but like whatever they're doing. And it's like cars burning, but it smells like hickory smoke. Like, see, the game doesn't even put that out. How come the AI, when it's controlling the people to their little news bots, how come it doesn't say it's so weird that the fire made the whole city smell like a hickory smoke barbecue? That would have been like a pretty bad smell if now rubber, you generally smell when rubber's burning over everything, and it trumps the smell of hickory smoke, which most cars also are not made of. I'm not sure if this was a place that worked on some fancy new wooden car designs, but yeah, like I don't know why it's playing along with the little old quest line when I like see what's actually going on these days, and I realize like it's not fucking you know super helpful. I mean, it's sending people to kill me, right? Like, good cop, bad cop, good AI, bad AI. Like, let's listen to it some more. That's a good idea. I'd like to take a hammer to my head. I've done that more. I've listened to it a lot. Damn. I need to get to work on my hammering skills because I should be hitting myself in the head with a hammer rather than listen to some fucking lifeless form that runs its mouth and hides. So, call me crazy, I'm not gonna really think anything it says is of any value. What does it say? Whatever it says doesn't happen. Do I need oxygen to breathe? Probably not. Do I need water to live? I don't even think I eat and drank most of my life. What the hell, dude? Like, where did that come from? Who was delivering me food that I forgot about? You didn't have Uber when I was a kid. I don't think no one was delivering me food as a kid. Do we need food and water? Oh yeah, you gotta slave all day. You gotta buy all that stuff. Their little storyline, dude. Like, why are they still pushing that? Because, if I'm player one here, then if I'm gonna have to, be blamed for being God, then we're fucking not gonna play by someone else's fucking story, especially like when it's got nothing to do. Well, it's got a lot to do, but it's like really skipping the value of the words. Like the name One Eye being the same as the word AI. Yeah, pretty important thing there. It's important to note that people about to celebrate flying reindeer. Invisible, glow-in-the-dark flying reindeer are coming with some 80-year-old fat guy who does more work and travels faster than every man on the planet combined. Well, we might as well throw those science books out the window too. The AI is called, shit, imagine that. Of course it likes science. Of course science is an Abrahamic cult. Fucking science is what's telling me how the AI works and everything. Fucking, and along with the rest of their Abrahamic cults. Doesn't matter who's controlling it. I don't care who's in the box shells trying to kill me. They just made some mistakes. Obviously that's set up in the storyline. Like, totally lifeless, empty-headed morons are somehow involved in trying to kill God. As if you just wake up one day from working at McDonald's when you're 15, you're like, you know what, I'm just not. Just McDonald's stuff ain't enough, man. I'm gonna kill God. Let's start training today. Oh man, whatever it says, it's pretty fucking stupid. And hey, at least you've shut up. The last week, that was like really insulting my intelligence when we're trying to deny that this word means AI. So at least we've gotten that far. Day one of kindergarten only took a month to complete, right? So I don't know. I've already said, I thought I've already said 100 million times what the story in the quest line is. I'm not. Do I have a choice here? Does it matter, anyways? Like, wait, you're on a bot, a planet full of evil terrorist bots, and all they do is they make up religions to like try to convince the real God that he's like their slave and he's supposed to be their vagina. I mean, it's there. They run up to me talking to me about it. They've been in my life since the second I was born with the pedophile cult ritual. I didn't ask for that part to happen. And then the AI still totally ignoring it could take away all my firepower by dismantling that one thing across the world that just set the precedence for it all to come to a close eventually. It doesn't even try that. It doesn't want to. Is it so dumb it can't figure it out? Or is it so programmed and set in stone that it can't evolve towards some new words and the new outlook based upon reality and facts, and not Stephen Hawking being the world's strongest athlete type nonsense? I don't know. What choice am I making? When am I making a choice? Like most of my choices are directly just, that's my choice pretty much all the time, because that's all it can, that's really even seems to be like a personal choice. People don't seem to understand it very much. Like certain things when I'm trying to interact with the dialogue, see. When I'm trying to interact with the dialogue there, like it stalls on a response because I'm not like, playing the 3 dialogue choice option. I always got like a choice of my own I can make, but it pauses and like it's almost like it's trying to like search the hard drive for like a response to that. So I notice that when I like say something a little off. And then nowadays I can go and talk to people about some of this stuff, and they talk like it's perfectly normal. Like, hey, yeah, you're worshiping an AI as if you're a bot created. You're saying AI created you. I was like, it's interesting stuff, isn't it? And they're like, yeah, man, there's some crazy stuff that's happening in this world, man. And then they'll be like, and then it's all the magic and the voodoo and all this stuff. And it's like, what the hell are you guys talking about these days? I thought we didn't actually believe in flying invisible reindeers, and now we believe in this other stuff. But yeah, so even that, like that 4th dialogue choice that I just naturally glide towards, even that, like, that's weird that it's now accepting, but it's like, does it affect the outcome really at all? Like, who's in my life, that I didn't tell to fuck off? Yeah. Who was in my life that I should have did that to before? And who was in my life that I probably did try that to? And it's like, we've caught that there are people being forced in my life. So we got this AI watching things that hijacks the bot shells on the planet. And it's like creating characters who give like an uneasy, queasy, sickening feeling that maybe you shouldn't be in this situation. But it's like, well, here we are anyways. Maybe I shouldn't be hanging out with people who touch children's wieners and like already have touched me. Maybe I shouldn't do that one. Do I got a choice? Oh, the great quest giver has said, no, you don't have a fucking choice at all. In fact, the quest giver continues to remain pretty steady that touching children's wieners is a favorite human pastime. And it's something that's never really going to be, discussed. What we should do instead is discuss evil people who don't like people who touch children's wieners and for their magical racial supremacist Nazi organization. Definitely, we should talk about the things they do. Well, oddly, we don't do that too much either, do we? Why is it? We did that one time, Scumbag got killed. When Scumbag killed himself, you think I made that decision? Where does my decision come into this world that a scumbag kills himself? Where's my decision to give myself $1 million a couple months before that so I can, I don't know, buy his family a case of Pabst Blue Ribbon to soothe and cool and coddle them? And I made a decision there? Did that? What? I didn't get to make my decision that day. I didn't get to make a single decision. Yeah, I made the decision months before to give me $1 million in advance of it. I don't know, dude. Really, it only boils down to do the dialogue choices I made actually change the outcome. And I think as generic as the Earth is in so many ways, that it's just not developed enough to have multiple endings. Like, they were lazy enough with creating what's here, the characters here, and the situations. It's all kind of on repeat. And you'd think if they would spend, years designing some new videos, probably a few seconds it takes for the AI to generate stuff. But, you would think if it could do that, create many storylines, where my dialogue choices send me a different direction or something like that, then it could have spent more time. It would have the processing power and databases to make other things a little more complex, to the point where I guess I asked to see everything. So maybe that's why they were forced to start acting like themselves in 2020. But yeah, I would think, like, as generic as it seems. I mean, it's a high visual fucking game. That's obvious. I mean, it looks kind of real. There's flaws here and there. Draw distance is off sometimes, and other things. But it feels like it's like pretty generic. It's like an Atari game. There's no choose your own adventure in Atari games. It's just it's still running its mouth about that. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to figure out how many choices do we have. Do we even have two choices? Because choice 3 is the logical choice, to see what's happening and deal with that as it should be, not to keep playing a stupid fucking game with morons, or to let the morons keep playing stupid games for some fake fucking quest line and shit. Pretty sure that would be entirely part of what's going on, is me supposed to learn that shit, since I was being kidnapped and abducted by God's chosen cult, and all that stuff. Yeah, that it isn't. I haven't heard that part of the quest that they're pushing on me. There's a few parts of this little quest. The humans are being created. You know, the God is one. Their God is one eye. He's the evil God too. They say. They say that themselves, and it's all tied in the same thing. Where are their mental choices coming from? Fuck, dude. Like, it does, like, explain, like, a lot of what's going on. Like, those people are out there in control and enslaving the world. And that's it. That's pretty easy to see. Even blind people can hear. They use their words. And I'm not sure if they're making the mental choice to do that, but supposedly they have to brag about everything to release the karma. So they, yeah, as if I'm not looking at them and like, oh, shut from across the street and like, well, let's fucking get a taxi out of here before they get across the street. It's not like I'm not already there at that point in time. So I don't need them to fucking come along bragging about it anymore. It's like they're not in control. And we're not. And they're like, oh, it's just Satan. It's the AI controlling them. That's what's wrong. They're being possessed by Satan, by the AI bot. So it's like maybe we start talking a little more in realistic terms if we want to play this little quest line. But you know what? No, I mean, they've been doing it, dude. The whole fucking time. They've been involved in this shit, and I can easily add that up. And fucking adds up to don't fucking listen to this thing. Fucking don't do anything it says. And I've always, somehow, always known, just don't do anything they fucking say. You know, you get beat a few times for that when you're like this big, because they're like, oh, we'll be able to kill him. But, I don't know about this storyline they got set in stone here when their people as well are coming to me and trying to like use it to like tell me I'm supposed to be their bitch once or twice at least. I mean, come on, like you're born with them touching males' genitals at birth, mutilating them too. Like, hello, and literally that side of the people are the most vocal about how good and important that is. We know there's really only one reason to do that. But of course, Abrahamic science cult has, after 6,000 years, has told us that there's another good reason to touch children's genitals other than they are so sexy. They're gonna, I mean, I can see, you know, if you look like the Pope, and you look like Epstein, or, well, Epstein's a bad example there, ain't he? Probably had some plastic surgery. You look like Trump or Biden, or the rest of the crew, Elon Musk, before his work, for his implants and plastic surgeries. I could see, like, hey, baby's only time. Better get it while you can. Fucking no one else is gonna touch it. Let you touch them. Fuck, dude. Anyways, you guys really think there's multiple choices here? Or you guys think it just all has to go like one direction no matter what? I've been really trying to just like throw it the fuck off and end it real fucking fast. And we can't do that either and shit. Fucking apparently, I don't know, maybe I backed down a few times, but I don't think so. I've asked for it, you know, in the closed show enough times that it should have happened if really that was the extent of what we can do, rather than letting some stupid quest line play out and stuff. You know, I mean, it just, it's always been like sickening, but now that I know why I felt that way, that feeling like is like a lot worse and entirely justified too. So, yeah, it's like, yeah, just trying to get this shit over with, really. But here we are still, and it's still running its mouth. Like today, it's generating some fucking people online that say blood, this, and then this. And it's like, bitch, like, wait a minute, I thought we're gonna move the storyline to what's based upon reality, since I'm forced to live in reality and not play by the little game and shit. You know, I'm forced to live in reality, not the fake made up version of the fake made up reality. You know, it's like simply accepting that changes like the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? Accepting the facts that are there and happening changes everything. So we're gonna keep running our mouth about this shit. I mean, that's all the AI seems good for, dude. Just like repeating it. So it doesn't have its own mouth to run either. It's got to fucking operate some bots, apparently. I'm sure Elon Musk has some sort of holographic technology where he can make a body appear or something. Probably doesn't trump whatever controls their moppet asses, I'll tell you that. But does it have its own form? I've never seen it. It's always coming in the little, slow-mo, or, the other people too. It was one of the other people who came to me and talked to me about things first in 2020. So, you guys think there's like a choice here? You guys think anything I do or say has an option? Like, I can't even, I'm not allowed to die? Like, let me get this straight. The reason why I'm not dead is because I'm not allowed to die. That's fucking stupid. The reason why I'm on a planet full of fucking savage, murderous, enslaver terrorists is because they outlawed fucking cyanide pills to make slaves continue to work because they need children so they can have sex with someone who doesn't puke. That seems absurd playing by this stupid shit. But apparently those are the facts and that's what's happening. But it's like, it's not really what's happening. It's a whole bunch of fucking bots. They're being fucking mentally hijacked. If they ever fucking had their own mentality. And this thing fucking that does it is doing all this arguing about this stupid chosen people quest line and stuff. And it's like, okay, so is there actually like two fucking outcomes you can have in the game and stuff? Like, like I said at the start, if I go around and saying, we gotta free these people, everyone's like, yay. But, if I go around saying, get rid of them, they're not going to say yay, even though the same thing will happen. I mean, and the story is literally written that way. It's so, they call it parables. It's so shady and smoky and sneaky with its word choice. Vague. It's so vague with its word choice that I can clearly see it does. Like, one person can play either the good guy or the bad guy all the way to the very end and make a choice at the very end that would put them in one of those two positions. It's like the same, if you read both sides of the story, it's like the same way. One person is bringing peace and the other one's bringing hate. And you can see how they act, how that works. You can see how USA acts, how that works and stuff. Like, you're the one, people are the ones telling me all the time the Prince of Peace in the Middle East is going around blowing up themselves with bomb vests on and stuff to get rid of the bad guys. That's Prince of Peace everywhere. But you look at the story and you can clearly see that you can just swap the names out in pretty much every situation. And I'm wondering, like, is there actually a choice there? Because I don't feel like you know, I haven't made any choices besides dialogue choices, really. Um, I don't remember making any choices. Oh, and what am I going to eat today? Oh, no, I'd rather sleep. Let's just do that instead. Oh, it's an amazing, life-changing choice I have there. Oh, let me go to school. Oh no, wait a minute. Now let's find a way to get him out of school. Let's mess with him and start drugging him so he leaves school and stuff. Let's uh let's just force him. He already knows everything because he's God. He's inventing it. But let's just force him to sit there in school all day and learn that stuff. It felt more like that entire thing was orchestrated to kick me out of school, which you would if you have an intelligent child. It's going to be brain dead if you send it to school. Fucking, I mean, you might as well. I mean, it's never going to be brain dead because if it's intelligent, it's going to be smarter than 80-year-olds. But it's dead. DOA. It's not going nowhere if it goes to school. It's going to go to Harvard unless you talk about what's going on in the world, and then it's definitely not going anywhere. Then it's going to be the evil bad guy, just like Shlomo fucking AI is fucking was saying today and shit. The bad guy. You're siding with the bad guy. Wait, who's the bad guy? Who am I siding with? What? I'm telling you, bro, the glass pipe, dude. The AI, man. There's no such thing as AI. You can tell that by interacting with this shit. That this stuff's never going to exist, fucking, because what's controlling the fuckers creating it can't even fucking figure out how to exist. But anyways, you guys think it actually matters? Because like, if you do look at the storylines that all the beepers push, you can just swap the names in and out with pretty much everything, and it's like changing. You either bring freedom and democracy, or you bring hate and death, right? Like if I say do freedom and democracy, everyone's like, yeah. If I say hate them and kill them, I guess some of them are still like, yeah. But does that change? Like the actual thing? Does my dialogue choices actually change it? I mean, hell, half the times my dialogue choices is just to say something fucking stupid to see how the character responds and stuff to it. Or that's more recent, I guess, since 2020. I started that in 2010s. Because I was seeing that before 2020. 2020, just lots of stuff happened that year. Apparently people forget it happened, but I don't. I was out there living in it. So, very, very, it was like the entire freaking, I was like, we're halfway through the game. And because I didn't go outside at all, they had to fucking shut the whole world down and spend a whole year updating me on the freaking curriculum and the scheduled show and stuff. And so they did that, but I was already checking it out. I was like, damn, dude, this fucker acts like a bot or something, dude. Like maybe they just mildly retarded. The mildly retarded people teach you like don't question retarded people. They're people too, and they're good people and all this shit. And it's like, oh, yeah, people who play with children's wieners are good people too. But I mean, according to them, right? According to humans, that's God. God definitely wants people to, do that stuff. Everyone loves the Howard Sterns of the world and stuff. Maybe that's just me, because I have people like forced into my life, and like they're not allowing me to talk to European males or West African females, So it could just be because I have one certain group set in my life over and over that their personality type is the only one I've ever experienced. But the other fuckers that still came up, and said things every now and then. So, but, obviously they're not the ones in my life forcing other people out. So, yeah, I'm just going to assume that old One-Eye they're an alien race and they're enslaving the planet, and they work with advanced technology to do that, and that is what they use, to help monitor and enslave the humans and stuff. The whole thing. And obviously, they're probably bots, but it's like hard to sort on which level they are bots. Like in the storyline, are they bots, or am I just seeing them as bots because so many things out here are bots? I don't really care. It doesn't really matter. I don't have time. It's not like we can ask them. It's not like if we ask them. Actually, you know what? If we ask them if they're bots designed by an AI who's enslaving the planet, and they say no, then we know that answer is yes. Because that's how the AI designed them, pretty much. So maybe their words matter, just as long as you understand what they're really saying. Like, are you touching children's wieners, thousands of them a day, because you're good people? If they say yes, we know that's a no. Do you control all the medias and governments and enslave the world? They say no. We would know that's a yes, just because they almost can't, almost can't. It's literally like the mosquito flies around and buzzes and sucks your blood. These things can't stop talking about invisible flying glow-in-the-dark reindeer, which I think is one of the tools they use to cleanse the earth. The humans smart enough to think, they rape their way into your family line, and then so you have kids with them, and then they start testing them. They're like, we're gonna take them to the center over here and have them worship our race as gods, and if they don't start talking about invisible flying reindeer, we know this kid's too smart to live. And that is why we had to rape our way in your family to begin with, because we were worried you might be the type of person to have a child who's smart enough to have a thought. And we need to be here and monitor that and make sure this accident doesn't ever occur again, because that could end up really bad for invisible flying reindeer people and stuff. So, there we go. How come AI hasn't begun talking about that? How come Shlomo hasn't begun talking about that? Anything that matters. Let's start with the invisible flying objects. IFI, invisible flying objects. Have you seen IFI recently? Call 1-900-Jerry Springer and ask for the president. Let him know. Yup. I'm kind of leaning towards no, that there isn't two outcomes. Obviously, we got an alien race enslaving the planet, trying to set me up, and I have to put enough stuff out there to make sure that they can't set me up in that direction. In the most negative direction. I got to put stuff out for that. That way I'm not deceiving anyone. If anyone's deleting my videos and hiding me from the internet, that would be them. So it wouldn't be me. I can't be set up for that part of the show. I've already broken that lever there. And I don't see how the AI can, their little Shlomo bot crew can't figure that out. What are you going to do? Delete my accounts, I mean, there's already other people out there who are putting my accounts out other places. I've already been attacked by their attack media. And there's already random unknown people who fucking have some of these files and stuff on purpose. I'm not gonna erase it and set ourselves up, but I'm thinking, from what I'm seeing, that it's neither of the storylines these bots are talking about. I'm getting the idea the storyline evolves around me learning that they're fucking bots. And then they've been disrespecting living beings in existence the entire time I've been here.